Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. In today's live stream video, I'm going to discuss reselling clothing on eBay with my guest and have her share her tips, strategies to help us be more successful and profitable resellers. If you're new to my channel, every Wednesday I have a live stream. I usually interview other resellers and have them share their tips, tricks, techniques to make us more knowledgeable and profitable resellers. So if you're a reseller or interested in becoming a reseller, you are in the right place. Just going to say hello to a couple people in the chat, and then as I like to say, we should get this party started. We have my moderator, Sharon. Thank you so much for being here, Sharon. Randy, who is also a moderator in the chat from Allentown. Michelle is a moderator. So, guys, we're doing this a little bit later. Megan was gracious enough to accommodate me and have her come on when she, as like I said, you'll find out she's a mompreneur. She's a full-time mother, wife, and reseller. So she's got a full plate. So she was willing to accommodate me. So we pushed the time back a little bit. So anyway, guys, we're starting at this time. So hopefully we'll have some people filling into the chat. And like I said, we'll get started because I don't like to keep people watching the replay waiting because I appreciate all of you being here. All right, so let me bring on Miss Megan, and we shall get this party started. Hello. Well, let me put in this other thing here because you're on your phone, so it's a little smaller. I want to do it the other way. So why don't you introduce yourself to the people that don't know you, Megan?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, you guys. My name is Megan. First of all, I've got a cold, so that is why my voice sounds terrible. I normally do not sound this deep. But anyways, I'm Megan Mawhinney. If you haven't heard of me before, you have to find me on Instagram or YouTube, but I am a full-time eBay reseller. And I've been doing that full-time for about 3.5, 4 years now. I have 2 kids, and my husband is in the military, so we currently live in Texas for the next couple of years. And that's elevator speech.
That's your elevator speech. Okay. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get into Megan's business a little bit. I don't know if you saw in the title and the description. Megan, resells basically on eBay. She also has she buys in bulk, liquidation, and she makes bolo lots. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And Megan is passionate about preparing for, I guess, retirement as a reseller. So we're gonna have a little segment about planning for your retirement. I mean, I know some of us are typically my channel skews to older people, but we all have to manage our money. Excuse me. When we had Bill and Dave on, they talked about Jim Rome and managing your money and getting out of debt. So like everything else, I mean, managing your finances is a part of life. So if you are reselling, you want to put part of it away. I had Mike on flipping goodies, and Mike has a full-time job, and he does his reselling basically for his retirement. So we're going to touch on that as well with Megan. So let's get started with the basic part of the story here. So Megan, why don't you tell us about your reselling business? What you sell. A little bit about your business and what things you sell and why you sell clothing, basically.
So I primarily sell on eBay. Pretty much 99% of everything I have is on the eBay website. I have some shoes on Poshmark, but basically everything. And I primarily sell women's jeans and pants. I really specialize in that niche. I do have a couple women's tops and dresses and shoes, like I said, but I'm pretty much probably like 95% women's bottoms, and that's it.
Okay, I'm curious. Like everyone, has different opportunities, sourcing opportunities. We're going to get a little bit into the sourcing a little bit later in the show. But why did you determine, and why did you decide? I should say, not determine. Why did you decide to get into predominantly selling women's clothing and specifically pants?
So in the beginning, when I lived in Washington State, when I went full time, that's what I could get the most of from thrift stores, and I found those to be easier items to photograph. So for me, that was kind of why I started. I could get a whole bunch of them and they were easy for me to do photographs of, and I enjoy it. There's no point in doing it if you hate your job, and I just happen to like jeans and pants. I hate photographing shirts and I hate photographing. So if I find something really nice name brand, sure, I'll get it. But in general, I just stay away from that stuff because I don't like it.
Did you ever experiment selling hard goods, or you just pretty much enjoy selling clothing, so you stuck with clothing?
I don't like hard goods for a couple of reasons. Okay. And I know everyone's different, but for me, my storage is in really long cardboard boxes, and pretty much all the jeans are the same size when I fold them up, so I can fit 20 in a box. With hard goods, I feel like you need to have like racks because, some things are big, some things are little. And the shipping's a little bit more difficult with those too, because some things you could fit in a little box, some things need a big box. So I love clothing and specifically jeans because they're relatively all the same size, and I know exactly how they'll ship before I even get them listed or sell them.
Yeah, I was saying that the other day. Like I said, I worked retail. I worked wholesale, but I worked retail a lot of years. Between working in liquor stores and supermarkets, and in the wholesale wine liquor business. And I call myself stunai, which is an Italian word for stupid. And it happens. So anyway, I walked out. I told the story last live stream, so most of you guys probably heard this already, but I just figured to repeat it because we're talking about shipping. But that's what I liked about jeans. I mean, it's kind of like a system. Unfortunately, I don't do a lot of volume with jeans, and that's partly my fault. I don't have really access to a lot of the higher end jeans. And like I tell you guys, do as I say and as I do, pretty much on eBay or any other reselling platform, list or perish. If you're not consistently listing on a regular basis, you're not going to make sales. You just get lost in the system, and you're part of the bulk sale items, and the eBay algorithm doesn't promote your sales. So what I was saying, I'll make it real short. I'll make it like real short. I got home. It's like, oh shoot, I ran my errands. I forgot to do my shipping. Literally in less than 2 minutes, I had packed my pair of jeans. I mean, I have them. I have one here and here, I'm sure, somewhere. I have jeans everywhere in this house. Have them in my plastic. I use the Walmart bread bags. I have in my plastic bag, and this is kind of worn out, but I have a location like E-14, so it's bin E, and this is number 14. So I just pop it out of this bag, put it in a fresh bag, put a piece of tape, usually a little thank you sticker on there, slide it in a pat-rate flattered envelope, flap it down, seal it, put a couple pieces of tape on it, slap my label on. Now, right now, I'm using regular labels. I'm using an inkjet, which is like, don't do that, guys. They say, do as I say, not as I do. Use a laser printer or preferably a thermal printer.
That's expensive with the ink.
Well, not that much. I mean, that's why I have Randy on, and and Randy is actually my scout. He's helping me find a thermal printer. So if you do any kind of volume, guys, get the thermal printer. Save so much time. You save on ink. You save on tape. I got to figure at least 10 to 15 cents per item.
Yeah.
I mean, because Randy's telling me you print a label for less than 2 cents.
Yeah, and they just come on a roll. So it's like a sticker. You just take the sticker off.
Yeah, you're right. Now, I know some people will put a couple pieces of clear tape on it or whatever just to secure it, and other people don't put tape on it.
You don't even need that. It's a sticker. Just slap it on there.
Yeah, if you're doing any kind of volume, guys, look into it. And I'm trying to have somebody come on that's an expert on thermal printers. And again, guys, I'm at the whim of my friends and my guests like Megan, gracious enough to come on. But I have somebody that's really, really good with thermal printers. I love to have them on because I think probably most of you in the chat are medium to high volume sellers, so you probably already have one. But if you don't, you're really missing the boat because they're a little upfront cost is a little high, but like Randy says, you can buy them used, and then the labels are so inexpensive. And it costs you virtually nothing to print the label. It's like when you buy ink cartridges, they're expensive. I have a friend that buys used ink cartridges, and he buys them in bulk. Do you do the same thing?
Yeah, because I have a regular printer too, and I just buy the refilled ones off of eBay. And
yeah, he doesn't buy the refilled ones. He buys the ones that are out of date or whatever, and he says they're fine. He buys them off of eBay.
Yeah, why not?
And also, what he does, I mean, he's kind of a thrifter too. He doesn't resell anymore, but he'll buy in bulk. Like somebody has best offer. I mean, he'll say, how many you got of those? You got any more? And he'll make the guy like a ridiculous offer, like 50 cents on the dollar, and he'll buy a ton of them.
Yeah.
He goes, because I have ink to last me for the next 5 years. It's like, okay, whatever floats your boat.
Now it's expensive. When I used to buy the name brand HP,
right.
And it would be like 50.
Well, yeah, he has HP, yeah.
And I can buy 4 of each color and the black for like $12 with free shipping, and they work just fine. So, and
like I said, if you buy the ones that are out of date, I don't know if these people find these thrifting or at yard sales or whatever. I don't think he pays. I'm guessing $1.50 a cartridge.
Yeah, and they work.
And he buys them bulk. Now, a lot of times he says he has to buy like a combo pack that has colors that you don't use. But even if there's 4 colors, you're paying $6.
That's still
for everything. Like you said, you're paying $12 for the refilled ones. It's upwards of $50 to buy it, at Staples or whatever.
Yeah. But thermal is the way to go. You can get a used thermal.
Absolutely.
So it's not like a huge.
You broke up a little bit. For how much?
Like 100.
100.
I've got the one I'm using right now is a Zebra LP 2844, which is an old, outdated model, but it's a workhorse. Like I've had it for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Works great, and I think I paid $100 for it on eBay. So.
And you've had it for 4 years.
Yeah, almost 4 years, and it works just.
And you do pretty high volume.
Yeah, I mean, on some weekends I used to ship out like 60, 70 packages.
Yeah, they're workhorses. Absolutely right.
Works great.
So there's a pro tip, guys. So, it came from me, but Megan could first. So.
Get the thermal printer, and it saves you
absolutely
time
and money.
Labels, taping them on, or sticking them in pouches. It just comes out like a sticker, and you just slap it on, and it's done.
Yeah, so much easier. Yep. Okay. Why don't you get a little bit into, like, again, everyone's sourcing opportunities are different. I just wanted you to get in a little bit about what you look for when you're buying jeans. Are there any particular brands, any particular styles? Just, tell us about your sourcing, how you typically source.
So right now we live near Dallas, Texas. So fortunately I have lots of great local thrift stores that I can go to. So tons of jeans, I mean, tons of anything, but I still specialize in jeans.
Right.
And I know a lot of people struggle selling denim, but I think the important thing to remember is with denim, you have to stay with trendy styles.
That's what I'm asking.
So right now, what's still trendy is mom jeans, also boyfriend jeans, taper jeans. The things that are harder to sell right now are like the basic classic bootcut jeans.
That's what I find. Yeah.
Not in style right now, unfortunately. So if you can find things, even if they're not designer label, that are the right style, so the mom jean, high waist with a
yes, high waisted, yep,
you can sell them even if it's not a name brand, especially like Lee jeans, Levi's, those things in the older styles, Gloria Vanderbilt, the old mom jeans. I mean, that's what is trendy right now. Also, like the wide leg trouser jeans, bell bottoms, basically anything unique and trendy. Just skip the boot cut.
And I have about 80% boot cut because that's what I find, and that's what I find in the thrift stores are boot cut.
I mean, if it's a really good brand, sure, but if it's just something basic, you should definitely move on to something a little more trendy.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to be going to the Goodwill bins and making a donation pretty soon because, like I said, about 80% of my jeans are boot cut.
Yeah, not very trendy right now, but.
What about, again, everyone's sourcing opportunities are different. What about some of the trendy brands that you've had good luck with and they sell relatively high prices?
So my favorite brands for denim: Mother Jeans, Frame, Madewell, A Gold, and Girlfriend. I also really love
A Gold is a brand?
Yeah, so it's
and Girlfriend is a brand.
OLD, A Gold with an E on the end.
Okay.
Now those are higher end brands that are harder to find. I don't find them all the time. So for more bread and butter that still sells really good for me, Levi's. Levi's is so trendy right now, especially the wedgie fit. I know that sounds weird, but that is a style, the wedgie fit.
Does it actually say wedgie fit?
Yes.
Really?
WEDGIE.
So it'll actually say that on the outside or the inside label, say wedgie?
It'll say wedgie. It is one of their higher end lines. So Levi's has multiple lines. They have higher end ones that are over $100 a pair. Those are the ones typically sold like at Bloomingdale's.
Okay.
They have then the lower end styles that are sold like at Macy's. Those are like in the $40 to $60 range. And then there's low end ones that are sold at like Walmart and JCPenney that are like,
that's what I typically find. Yeah.
$20 to $30 range. So Levi's has different tiers of denim. And the wedgie fit happens to be on the higher tier. Those are normally $100 or more.
That's probably why I never say it.
So that's a super good one. Any of their boyfriend fits are good. They have a mom jean, a dad jean. All four of those are really great. And in general, if you have an old pair of Levi's, I mean, those have been doing great forever. But especially right now, because that jean trend is so popular, any of those like vintage Levi's will be great as well.
And Joseph USA says you just got a printer from a bank that closed down. So I guess that just
they print.
That's fast. Several printers, yeah. So I guess they're commercial printers. So yeah, they probably print a lot more quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's guys, and I'm not monetized, and I know I ask you guys at the end of the show if you can contribute to the funds of Adam. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to say the word, but we're not supposed to say the word that the virus is going around because I'm not monetized, but you get demonetized if you say that. But that's a tip also, guys. And back in the day, when I was really geared up and reselling quite a bit, one of the tips that I learned from, Casey and other resellers is go out and do like reconnaissance. Go out into the higher end retail shops like the Bloomingdale's, and and see what they're selling. See what the higher end things. So you're telling me this. I never knew that Levi's had these high end. I never knew they had wedgie fit and dad fit. I mean, I just assumed, and then mom jeans. I just assumed because they're high waisted jeans. I didn't realize they were called mom jeans.
Yeah. They'll actually say on the tag a lot of them.
But see, because I haven't been in these stores in a year and a half, or 2 years. Well, at least a year and a half, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely a trendy thing now. And especially the Levi's, they'll actually say it on the tag. Mom jean, dad jean, wedgie, 730 skinny jean, whatever. Pretty much all of them have a style name on the tag.
So there's a pro tip for you guys. And again, this is nothing to do with, I know there's anti-maskers out there and maskers or whatever, but once you want to be safe when you're out there, I consider you my friends, be safe out there, and you want to go back into the stores, do your research, go in and see what's trendy, what's selling, an opportunity. Cause like I said, I had no idea about these brands. Like I said, I have 80 to 90%, basic jeans, straight leg or boot cut.
Yeah. And the trends will come back around, but I mean, you don't want to wait forever. True. It's funny because the style
doesn't do you any good sitting in your bin or sitting in your we're going to call it a cash pile. You got to list to the seller, right?
They'll go eventually. Not everyone is wearing the new trendy stuff, but it just means they're going to sit longer. So.
And some of the things that I have, like some of the jeans that I have are like 10 to 15 years old. I mean, I bought them like the year and a half, 2 years ago, and they're probably already 4 or 5 years old because, people keep jeans. They have their favorite pair of jeans. And unless they gain weight or lose weight, they wear them till they wear out. I mean, and now they wear them when they're worn out because that's the trendy thing too. What about like distressed jeans? What were your thoughts of distressed?
Still popular. I mean, I'm still selling them all the time. I still sell skinny jeans that are distressed. I don't think distressed jeans are going away anytime soon.
Okay, but in that particular distressed ones, the skinny jeans seem to sell better.
Yeah, they're still trendy. People are
because I know she didn't mention skinny jeans in a prior batch, but you mentioned them in the distress. So is that just a little different with this distress jeans?
A basic skinny jean, I don't think that's very trendy right now either.
Okay.
But if it's distressing, it's something unique. People want that. Just a basic medium blue wash pair of skinny jeans. There's nothing special about it. And what's interesting nowadays is that when I was in high school, so like 15 years ago, it was really trendy to wear Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, and American Eagle, and you wanted to blend in and look the same as everyone.
Yep, exactly.
You wanted to wear the logo sweatshirt that said Abercrombie and Fitch. You had to wear the Abercrombie jeans or American Eagle jeans. But now the new generation doesn't want to be like everyone else wearing the same logo clothing. People want something unique and different. So styles have definitely changed. People don't want to look like everyone else. They want something that's new and different.
See, I'm stuck in looking like everyone else. that's why I want to sell the Abercrombie and Fitch and the Hollister and the American Eagles and yeah. Oh, I guess I got to do my research and get caught up. Hello, youngster, Mr. Mickey Mouse.
Are you okay?
Oh, he looks upset.
Yeah, he was crying.
Okay.
Daddy, sit down. What's wrong?
Daddy said I gotta stay upstairs.
Yeah, because Mommy's doing a show, but you can be here if you'll sit down. You can be here. You okay? Do you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait, you gotta say hi.
I told you she's a mompreneur. It's a full-time job.
That's why we did this show at 8 o'clock my time, because we try to get the kids in bed around 7:30. So I was like, 8 o'clock will be great. It will be quiet. No one's going to be yelling and screaming at me.
Right.
But here we are.
Here we are. That's life, right? Okay. What about, obviously, you sell other women's pants. Any particular brands that you find you have success with?
So for pants, I like dress pants. So my favorite brands for those would be Theory. That's a Nordstrom brand. Lafayette 148. Beta Brand, which is a crowdfunding website where people like design clothes and they sell them. And they make these stretchy dress yoga pants, which are super popular.
Stretchy dress yoga pants. Okay.
Yeah, so it's meant to be like comfortable while you're at work. So they look like professional pants, but they fit like yoga pant.
Where's that brand again?
Stretchy. Beta brand is BETA BRAND. Some people say beta brand, beta brand.
Okay.
But it's
and where do they normally sell those?
what?
What was the retailer they normally sell those at?
So retail, they're like 70, 80 bucks a pair, and even used, I can get $40, $50.
They sell like a Bloomingdale's or
No,
something?
it's their own website.
Oh, they have their own. Oh, they have a website.
They're
Okay.
not sold in stores. They
Gotcha. Okay.
just but they fit great. When I was pregnant, I would wear them because they're just so stretchy. I would just like roll down the top a little bit, and they were great. So Theory, Lafayette 148, Beta brand. Anything Eileen Fisher for me. The pants are great as well. And then corduroy. So it doesn't even matter the brand, but corduroy pants always do well, especially in the fall and winter months, but I'll list them all year round. So if you see corduroy pants, doesn't matter if it's a low-end brand, Faded Glory, doesn't matter. Corduroy pants, always hot every winter. I don't know why.
Well, this I do know about corduroys. You got to check certain areas because there's wear. Before you buy them, make sure that they're not worn out in certain areas.
Yes, watch out.
That I do know. Well, that's life experience. Absolutely. And you sell some women's tops as well, or would you find something exceptional? Or
so if it's something exceptional, what's wrong, buddy?
My nail.
Oh, do you want to go get the nail clippers and I'll cut it for you? Can you go get them?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll cut it. If it's name brand, so Eileen Fisher, again, Theory, Lafayette 148. I do stay away from any of the lower end brands for tops like American Eagle, Abercrombie and Fitch.
So the store brands are not good sellers, basically. The lower end, like the basic mall brands.
Yeah, if it was new with tags and it was $1, I'd pick it up, but I don't pick up tops unless it's something higher end. Also, some of the QVC brands do really well in tops, like Logo by Lori Goldstein, Lori Felt, Susan Graver. Those all do very well with tops, and I have success with that.
I bet you I haven't watched QVC in 3 years because I don't have cable anymore. So
There's still people buying that stuff.
I guess. I mean, they're yeah.
Yeah. But I think
especially now with the word that we're not going to mention, people are home and they're watching TV more and they're buying more.
Yeah, same with like HSN. They have some good brands too that are similar to what QVC has.
Okay, guys, I want to share something, and I know Sharon's been sharing my links in the chat. Megan was gracious enough to share with us her gene card, her PDF. She can show it, and then when if you want to show your version, I can pop it up on the screen as well. We're gonna have some issues with that, but basically, she uses that as an inventory card when she's listing her jeans. So I'm gonna pull it up and do a screen share, guys.
Okay.
So you can see it a little bit better because I know it's kind of hard sometimes to see with the screen here. So we're going to share screen. Okay. Okay. All right.
Grayson, it's in the drawer.
Okay. I don't have my phone open. Can you see that on the screen, the PDF of the jeans?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, good, guys. So you can see it. So basically what Megan has, and again, guys, this is just kind of a friendly reminder too. If you're not a part of my Facebook group, trying to grow that group, it's basically a judgment-free zone. I'm trying to have various resellers in there from different niches, and so we can share ideas and share, help each other basically. If we have questions about something, I mean, if I had a gene question, I would go to Megan. If I had an art question, I would go to Sharon. If I had, other types of questions, I could reach out to Randy. But that's the point, having different people in there to help each other out. It's not an advertising situation. I don't want you advertising other YouTube channels or advertising your bolos and your jeans or your auctions and things. But it's basically a place where you can share information. So once you explain your card a little bit and why you find this beneficial.
Give me 1 second. He pulled out my makeup. You can't play with this right now, okay? Can you get the clippers and I'll cut your toenail? Can you put that back, please? Okay, so this card I created to make listing faster. I not only have one of these for jeans, I also have them for dresses, tops, skirts, shorts, etc.
Okay.
So what I do is I photograph in batches. So I'll photograph 20 pairs of jeans. I'll stack them up on a chair as I photograph them. Once they're done, I'll pull each jean off the top and I'll fill this out. These come in a page of 4 that fit on a regular sheet of paper, whatever size that is. So you can print it out and just cut it in 4 pieces, and you've got 4 perfect cards. I have a batch number at the top. So if I photograph 20 items, the first item that I'm going to fill out a card for would be number 1. So they'd be labeled 1 through 20, so I can keep them all in order. Next, I put the brand, the style number or style name, size, the leg shape. So whether it's boot cut, straight, skinny, flare, crop, wide leg, etc. Fabric. I already have pre-filled blanks for cotton, polyester, and then spandex/elastane, because those are the 3 most common components of jeans.
Okay.
There's also lines beneath that if you need more space to put, maybe it has viscose in it or something else. And then I have all the measurements. So inseam, rise, waist, leg opening, and hip. A wash section. So if it's a light wash, medium, dark, or other. So maybe it's like a coated denim, or maybe it's, printed with stars, whatever. Condition notes. So if you notice something wrong with the item, that's where you filled in, stain on the leg, the inseam's hemmed.
Right.
Then keywords. So I have a couple important things that I always notate. If it's like a distressed item, if it's a pull-on jean, button flat pockets, I can just circle that quickly. And then I put the weight on here. What are you doing, bud?
I want to
Why are you putting my makeup on your face?
Because I want to.
Can you not do that? Can you please bring it over to me? I don't want you messing up the eyeshadow. Can I have it?
Why?
Can you bring it over here, please? He's got my eyeshadow. And then the weight, if it's under a pound, because if it's over a pound, I'm just going to ship it in a flat rate envelope.
Yeah, I usually just put 1 pound, 6 ounces. It is what it is. If, like I said, you weigh it originally, and then, yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's over a pound. And then I have a spot at the bottom where I can write my inventory number and then the price that I paid for the item. So then this...
Oh, you put your purchase price as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Cost
Because
of goods.
when I sell the item, I actually input all that information to a spreadsheet that I keep the whole year so I can do my taxes accurately. So I fold up the item then, put it in a poly bag, and I put double-sided tape on the back of this and just slap it on the top along with my inventory card. When I'm done doing all 20 items, then I sit down at the computer and list, which is why this is helpful, because I can just go through each item and pull the information from here instead of sitting there looking at each item one by one, measuring it at the computer. I can just go boom, 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 and pull all my information from here.
Okay. Well, that's a good question too. You inadvertently led me to some things that I didn't write down in my pre-show outline. What about accounting software? Do you use any accounting software? How do you do your accounting?
I do. So I use QuickBooks, but I also
you use QuickBooks.
Yeah. So that keeps control of like the big stuff, but I'm very particular and I want things perfect. So I also have an Excel spreadsheet where I keep every single sale for each month. So every month has a new tab, and when an item sells, so every day when I do my shipping, I take that shipping list afterwards and I sit down at Excel and I put in every single item. I pull the price off of here that I paid for it for cost of goods. I input my eBay fees, the actual shipping costs, the sales tax, and I have formulas input to calculate a lot of that stuff. But I keep exact running total for everything.
Yeah, I mean, guys, and again, if you haven't heard, I mean, again, if you're incorporated or your business, I mean, some people file at different times of the year, but your personal tax return has been extended an additional month. Just came out today. I'm assuming it's May 15th. So I don't know if it was April 14th or April 15th, whatever the day is. April 15th normally.
Yeah.
So we get a 1 month extension to file our personal income taxes. So if you're not a corporation, again, I know some of you guys file at different times. I know Randy, you told me you file at different times of the year, but for personal tax returns, we have a 1 month reprieve. We don't have to file it to May 15th.
Yeah.
So see that, guys, you learn stuff on this channel.
Well, and quarterly taxes, I do the quarterly for my federal 1040 ES tax payments, but then I still annual, which I already filed mine because I had all my stuff in order. But if you don't have it all in order yet, you got another month. Well, I guess it's because
2 months,
April, now it's May, so 2 more months for you to get your ducks in a row.
And I know a lot of people also use GoDaddy. They find it less complicated and less expensive than QuickBooks. I mean, I know you and Casey both use QuickBooks, but
whichever
whatever floats your boat, right? But yeah, guys, you got to keep records, and They're talking about, Casey did a show about the reporting level is now $600. Used to be, what was it? 20,000, right?
It was 20,200 transactions.
Yeah, that was insane. But I mean, obviously, guys, if you have a profit, if you have any, technically you should report any kind of income. But if you're running at a loss, you're running at a loss. You report your income, and you have your cost of goods sold, and your shipping fees, and your eBay fees, and your whatnot. Your portion of I'm an accountant, guys. Don't take this the gospel, but your business expenses basically.
Yeah.
So from
final number as low as possible, and that's another reason I keep the Excel is because I can keep like a line by line of every single thing, so that I can
right
deductions possible at the end of.
Okay, guys, I have a few more things I want to address, but I want to see if there's any questions in the chat. Megan is gracious enough to pop in, and like you say, she's got a lot on her hands. Even the boys are supposed to be sleeping, they're up and about.
He put eyeshadow all over his face. He just washed it off though, so that's good.
I hope it wasn't expensive.
It was, but it's really old, and honestly, I should probably have thrown it out a while ago.
Okay.
But it's expensive, and I don't wear it very much, and it's just powder. So,
it's funny. Like again, guys, I share some personal experiences on my channel. I feel I want to, that's part of the reason I do live streams, so we can connect. We can kind of be like a community. I was fortunate enough. I've been working very diligently to try to get my vaccine. And again, I'm not, guys. If you're anti-vaccine or you're vaccine, I'm not preaching, guys. Do what you feel is best. But I have a lot of health issues I've shared with you guys. I was very concerned. And as of May 1st, we're supposed to open it up to everyone, 16 and above. So it's like, I can't find a vaccine now. What I'm going to do come May 1st. So I was fortunate enough to get a shot Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
When's your second one?
No, Monday. I'm sorry, Monday. Tuesday, the 16th. Yeah, in 3 weeks.
Okay. Is it scheduled? Like you actually have a date?
It is scheduled.
Oh, cool. So you're.
Yeah. And they say, I think it's like 2 to 3 weeks after you get the second one is when you're supposed to be, somewhat safe.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reason I brought that up was, we're talking about makeup, and I'm walking around. I got it at a local drugstore. I mean, I know guys we have different chains throughout the country. I mean, pretty much Walgreens are pretty much everywhere, and and I think CVS's is pretty much everywhere. But this was a Rite Aid, which is kind of a regional pharmacy, and I'm walking around the store looking at things. It's like, well, maybe I'll find some, something for RA. I couldn't find anything for RA. And I'm walking around. I'm looking at the makeup things, and they actually had makeup from the WWE, the Wrestling Association. I didn't realize that the women wrestlers have makeup and eyeshadows and things that they were marketing.
I had no idea either.
Who knew? I don't know if there's any resale value to it, but so when you're out there, guys, keep your eyes wide open, and you never know. Maybe you'll see something that's you didn't know what the price was, and when you're out there, doing your retail arbitrage, or you're at yard sales or whatever. Which hopefully yard sales in this area, the weather's been kind of chilly, but hopefully come May we'll start having more yard sales in our area. I know you pretty much have almost year-round yard sales where you are now, right?
No. Oh, Grayson, stop. Hold on, he's adjusting my light.
Okay.
No, during the winter months, no.
No.
Can you stop pushing the buttons, please? Thank you. I've got different light settings on here, and thank you. If you're going to be in here, you have to sit down. You have to.
Randy had a question for you. Do you only do women's clothes?
What was the question?
Do you only do women's clothes? I think that answer is yes.
Yeah.
You only sell women's clothes.
I have a little bit of men's, but literally probably 20 items out of 3,000. Oh,
they say energy is wasted on the young.
I want a drink.
Oh.
Thank you. Here. You want a drink? There you go.
Were there any other questions in the chat, guys? Like I said, I have a couple more things I wanted to discuss with Megan, and then we'll get into. Let me just see one of my questions I have left on my list, and I know you want to talk a little bit about financial planning, so definitely want to get into that. Let me just check my notes here. Your pricing strategies. How you do your sale prices. Do you set your prices high? Best offers? Do you run sales? Offers to watchers? Promoted listings, et cetera, et cetera. What's your philosophy?
All of the above. So I price high because I do run multiple sales a week. I run a sale from Monday morning through Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon through Friday morning, and then Friday morning through Monday morning. So my stuff is pretty much always on sale. So I do mark it up a little bit. I also do free shipping on everything. So my prices are padded to
You do free shipping on everything. Okay.
Yes. But here's the thing. Pretty much all my items can either go first class or in a flat rate envelope. So I already know the cost.
Okay, there's a question here from Daz. Let's see here. Multiples versus one-offs. Which do you like the most? Okay, so I guess I mean I know what I like. I like to have multiples of something if I can find it, but a lot of what you're doing are one-offs, right? But you are buying some liquidation, so you might get some quantity, right?
Yeah, I prefer one-offs and things that are like different sizes. I do not like having a ton of the exact same item because with my inventory system, it's really meant for unique items. Each box can hold 20 items all in a row. So it's hard to find a box that has that much space in it for a big multi-quantity group.
Right.
So I prefer one-offs, honestly. Okay, listen, sit down. If you're not going to listen, you can't be in here. Okay?
You're going to have to go stay with Daddy if you don't behave.
Go back upstairs. Do you hear me?
I love you.
Do you want to show everyone what you have real quick? Would you like to show them?
Yeah.
See? That's a bath time toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Do you want to get the blocks that go with it?
Where?
Go get the little blocks. Under the sink, you can bring the blocks out here. That would be fun.
Blocks?
Yeah, the little foam blocks that go with this. Do you want to go get them?
Yeah.
Okay, you can bring them over here.
Bought yourself 2 minutes. What about promoted listings? What's your philosophy? What kind of promotion rates do you use?
Yes, I'm always running promoted, typically between 1% and 2%. I really don't do much higher than that. It's already expensive enough.
That's been your experience. That doesn't really pay you to run higher promoted rates.
I mean, I've tried it a couple times at like 5% and 6%, but I just don't want to spend that much. So.
I understand. I mean, some people, I mean, everyone has different philosophies. That's why I asked when I have my guests on. I mean, some people say, I do the trending rate plus 1 or 2%. Some people say I only do 1 or 2% because I want it promoted, but I don't want to pay anything additional.
Yeah.
So you get that double listing because you promote a listing plus a regular listing.
I want to be in the game, so I do it. But the trending can be like 7, 8, 9%, and I'm like,
yeah, it's pricey.
So I just do a little bit just to be in, but that's it. And then as far as offers to watchers, I do that typically every morning, sometimes twice a day, but typically every morning before like an hour or two before shipping, I'll go and send offers to everyone from the night before.
And that was a game changer, guys. And again, if you're not doing it, and again, I know most of you in my chat, I know some people who may watch the replay are not familiar with that, but that's a game changer. I know Bill and Dave said it's been a game changer at their business, sending out offers to watchers. So if you're not doing it, take advantage of it. I mean, like what Megan said, price your item a little bit higher, and you're going to be pulsing things, you're putting things on sale, or you're going to be running a promoted listing. If you're only doing 1 or 2%, that's not a big deal. But if you're going to be sending out offers or accepting best offers, make sure you price things a little bit higher, and then you can send out offers to watchers. That's the other thing too. And again, you're an experienced seller, which I'm sure you're aware of. And just want to bring up to the chat, guys. And I said this before, and a lot of times I tell you, do as I say, not as I do. But I do this. When people make you even a lowball offer, always respond. Because eBay likes that activity. Cassini, the search engine likes the algorithm likes that activity. So if you have something listed for $30 and somebody offers you $10, you respond. You can respond at $20 if you want, and you might respond 2 or 3 times. You cap that eventually. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 times, but eBay, the algorithm likes that activity, so it actually helps promote your listings if you respond to the offers, even to low balls.
And people like to start low, so normally people's first offer is insulting, but they just kind of get a baseline to kind of.
They want to see if they can get it at that price. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's nothing personal. I mean, you and me would do the same thing. If you're buying anything where you can negotiate, you're always going to start really low so that you have space. But so I used to have auto decline set up on all my items.
I did too, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, for anything that
I would have like certain amounts, like if it was less than this, and that's foolish.
I took it off because you know what? If people automatically get declined, they might not be interested in sending another offer if they instantly get shut down. So you know what? Just send them all in. The activity is good. I'll counter offer all of them. So
Couldn't agree more. I mean, I made the same mistake when I first started selling. And then I thought about it, and I was watching Casey and other resellers. It's like, no, don't do that, because, again, Cassini, the eBay algorithm, likes activity. So if you order decline, you're not having the messages back and forth.
yeah, so take it off.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you have that, take it off. And like I said, even if it's low ball offer, I mean, if somebody really insults you, if you have something for $30, they offer you $2. Catter at 28. It's like, you can play that game.
Okay, you ripped it.
Hi.
Please don't do that.
I'm not ripping it.
Do you want to show them your mask? Put it on. Put on your mask.
Uh-oh. It's not Halloween. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, I'm not wearing green. I noticed you're wearing, it's like green. I think it's green, right? Oh, he's a wolf.
Yeah, and we ripped off the front. Hold on.
We're at the front of the mask.
Yeah, see?
Oh, he ripped off a snout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go give this to Daddy and have him fix it?
Why?
Can you go see if he'll fix it for you? Can you have him
So anyway, guys, for you, those of you that celebrate St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing blue and white because I didn't have anything green that I thought fit well. I mean, to be honest with you. I was going to put on my Eagles hat, which is green. I think, well, I might insult some of the other football fans out there, so I better not do that.
I didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day until this afternoon. I looked at our daycare app, and then I saw there was a note on there from yesterday. They said, hey, like, make sure your kids wear green.
Kids wear green.
And I was
right.
like, nope, missed that. Forgot.
Okay, I want to touch on your Bolo boxes. And guys, I have all of Megan's information in my description of the video below. I have her Instagram account. I have her YouTube channel. And I know Megan hasn't been uploading a lot of videos lately, but her plans are to get into that and start uploading some more videos. You do Instagram videos as well, like little short videos as well, right?
Yeah, so I'd like to do live morning shipping videos on there.
Right.
So I'll do them on there, and then I'll upload the video to YouTube later. But definitely come when it's live, because the chat goes away after I save the video and put it on YouTube.
I want a snack.
Okay, you can get one.
Okay,
Bye.
All right. So anyways, and then also have your website for your Bolo boxes. Once again, I know you don't have any currently, but once you get into that a little bit.
Yeah, so Bolo Box actually I started about a year ago when the pandemic, can I say that word? When that first happened back in March. I was out of inventory, so I ended up buying this huge wholesale pallet from QVC, and it was like 4 huge pallets. My very first buy, and I went huge.
Go big or go home.
It was humongous, and obviously I didn't have space for all that. I don't have the time to list all of it. I only kept part of it, and then I was selling off the rest of it in lots to people on Mercari. So I do like a live show on Instagram, and then I put the lots on Mercari. So I've since moved up from there, and I've created my own website with Shopify. So it's thebolobox.com. And every time I buy wholesale pallets, I typically don't always get jeans, and that's what I'm looking for. So I buy large women's lots for the jeans. I take the jeans,
Right.
sell off everything else in Bolo Box lots.
So it could be tops and dresses and other things that you typically don't sell. So there's opportunities for other resellers.
Yes. So I typically restock once, maybe twice a month. So it'll be like one launch. Everything normally sells out in a day or two. I try to start the launches on like a Thursday or Friday, and then I ship everything on Monday. So get on the email list, and you'll get an email like once, maybe twice a month when there's a restock.
Right. Okay.
And I do free shipping anywhere in the U.S. It comes via UPS, and then no tax, obviously, since you're going to resell it.
Sharon is sharing your link in the chat, and I'm going to put it up on the screen here, guys. So again, opportunity, guys. Some of you may not have opportunity to get those things at your flea markets or at your thrift shops. So an opportunity to purchase it through Megan, by liquidation through Megan, and Megan makes a little bit of money, and you guys have the opportunity to resell it. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So
yeah, absolutely,
definitely an opportunity.
But really,
that's okay.
So, a lot of times when you buy these big wholesale lots, you don't get to pick exactly what you want. You just get a big group.
Sure.
So I typically break it up by I'll do like a plus size lots, regular size. I may do a dresses lot, an activewear lot. Hey, mommy's talking right now, okay? Swimwear lots. Then you need to go out there if it's too loud. Okay? You can't be in here if you're going to be upset by the noise. Okay. So I'll break up the lots into categories, which are really great for people that are specifically looking for a grouping of like one type of item, whether it be dresses or activewear, swimwear, plus size, etc.
Okay. I don't know. There's an opportunity to search by those lots, or you just scan through the lots. I mean, can you put like plus size in like a search engine in your site, or that doesn't have that?
There is a search engine on there, but I typically just have everything on the home page, and you just scroll. Because
Gotcha. So you just click on the particular links.
Yeah, there's multi-quantities of everything, and I normally don't have more than like 20 different types of boxes at a time. So
Right.
It's normally just one page to look at, and there's multi-quantities. So I might have like swimwear lots, so that's one listing. Plus size, that's one listing. Dresses, that's one listing. So there's typically only like a couple different lots, but it's multi-quantity on my end.
Now, how do you do that? Do you actually list like, one pair of, I'm not gonna say you don't sell jeans, but whatever, Forever 21. I know you don't sell Forever 21, but Forever 21 blouse, or one, American Eagle. I don't sell that, but I'm just saying that as an example. Do you itemize the list and have pictures of it, or it's just like a book light and that's
It's not itemized, which is part of the reason I do this website, is because I don't have time to
okay?
go and do that. So
Gotcha.
I will have some general pictures from that category. So
Okay.
if we have just say a category of swimwear, let's say I'm doing 50-piece lots of swimwear, I'll get some pictures of the general swimwear in the selection.
Okay.
And then you can look through those pictures and see like these are some of the possibilities you could get.
Gotcha.
And then I'll put like how many you're going to get, the size ranges, a list of like the most common brands. So you're not getting a manifest, but you're still getting like, you're going to get 50 pieces of swimwear.
You're getting a general idea what typically you have in the lots.
But it's definitely, there is no manifest. I don't have time for that. That's why I'm doing wholesale lots to begin with.
Okay, cool. I just want to make people aware of so guys, so basically check out the site. I mean, they'll say nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I mean, when Megan has a list, sign up for her email list, and then when you're in the middle of doing something, if I mean, you can check it out on your phone. I'm assuming it's mobile friendly, right? So if you're sitting,
okay. There's a link on my Instagram to it in my bio as well. It works fine on your mobile phone. I look at
okay. So I mean, if you're sitting in bed watching YouTube or watching TV or whatever, you can just click on Megan's link and check out see if there's anything that you're interested in.
And I like to do launches late at night, just so you guys are aware.
There's an opportunity, guys, and you're Central Time, so you're just a little bit behind me. So
well, I
okay.
typically get I'll tell people ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to do a launch in the next couple of days. I need to just get everything sorted. And I'll end up getting everything like sorted late at night. And then I'm like, what the heck? Let's just launch tonight.
Let's list it. Right.
It's like 9-10 at night. And I'm like, hey, you guys, just launched.
Great. Randy's on the site now. Says looks like a good site.
Cool.
Why don't we touch on again, guys? So we were talking about hey Maggie, good to see you. I guess Maggie does as I don't call it choir practice, but she has her group practice or sing along practice or Sweet Carolines or whatever we want to call it. I'm probably butchering the name of your group, Maggie, but good to see you. Thank you for being here. So why don't you touch on again? So again, Megan's passionate about financial planning and preparing for her retirement. So guys, even if you are not retired or you're planning on retiring, why don't you touch a little bit on that aspect of what you do as far as financial planning?
Yeah. So before I started reselling full time, I used to work in banking. And before that, I went to college for business finance. So my real passion in life is actually like personal finance and financial planning for individuals and businesses. So that's something that I love. And when I worked at the bank, we had a great 401k plan. But then moving to doing eBay full time, I don't even think I told you guys that story. I left my banking job when I had my kids because we couldn't find a daycare that could accommodate the hours. And with my husband being in the military, his hours were crazy. And with us living in Washington by ourselves, we didn't have anyone to watch the kids except for the daycare. So I left the banking world to do eBay full time. So I went from having great job, great benefits, really good 401k to eBay and me having to do all of my own financial planning as far as continuing that 401k. So what I want to touch on is if you guys are self-employed or if you don't have a 401k or retirement account with your work, I would highly recommend you open a Roth IRA if you meet the income limits, which I believe is $139,000 for individual. If you're married, it's like over $200,000. So essentially a Roth IRA is funded with after-tax money. So after you pay your taxes, you take that money and you put it in. So you should do a Roth IRA brokerage account so that you can invest in mutual funds and index funds. And these are all things that you can do on your own. So the Roth IRA allows you to invest money. And then when you take it out when you're 59 and a half or later, you don't have to pay any taxes on that gain from the fund. So
Right.
even if you don't do a Roth IRA, I would recommend you do some mutual funds or index funds that are low cost. Put, $100, $200 in there every month and literally just sit back. You don't have to do anything and you can watch this money grow over the years. If you started when you were 18, 19, or 20, you could probably put $100 in there and have over $1 million by the time you're, like 70.
Right. The sooner you start, the better. Right.
Yeah. So
kind of like compound interest, but yeah, I mean, the market goes up and down, but over time it grows.
Yeah. So the general market trend is up. If you look at the market over a long period, you can't be loud, okay? Or you have to leave. Do you hear me? Okay, thank you. The general trend of the market is up. If you look at it over the course of, 40, 50 years,
Right.
Especially right now with the times that we're in. I know a lot of people are seeing these market swings and you're scared, but you only get hurt if you jump off the roller coaster, as Dave Ramsey says. So you get on and you hang on, and then, you just watch.
Hang on for dear life.
Hang on for dear life and you go. But here's the thing. If you invest in mutual funds or index funds, you're very diversified within these funds. So it's not like you're buying just one stock. If you just buy Apple stock, if Apple goes bankrupt, you lost all your money. But if you get into a mutual fund or an index fund, they hold stocks and bonds in a big variety of different companies. So, what's the chance of all of these companies going bankrupt tomorrow? It's probably not going to happen. So,
and they're constantly adjusting their mix as well. So, I mean, they have professional, money managers that are buying those stocks, and they're adjusting those as well.
Yeah. So I know we didn't have a ton of time to touch on this, and my son is screaming in the background. If you guys have any questions about investing for yourself or where you can get started, feel free to send me a message on Instagram, and I would be happy to help you out or point you in the right direction. A lot of this stuff you can really do on your own. You don't need to have some professional, expensive money manager to get started, and just put something in there each month to watch grow.
Right. So you can either basically do a no fee, or I guess low fee is probably the best. You're going to always be some kind of fees involved, but
there are always going to be fees involved.
Right.
But the cheapest way you can go is like a basic S&P 500 index fund. And I wanted to talk about a really good website. Hey.
Where's the I do like this?
I think Daddy has it. You'll have to ask him, or it might be in the office. You'll have to go look. Okay. You can go to finra.gov, which is a government website. It stands for Financial Industries Regulatory Authority. And you can actually type in the ticker symbol for a mutual fund or an index fund, and it will tell you what the fees are over a 5 or 10 year period. And I actually used this to type in some of the funds that I hold and was surprised to see how expensive they were. Because even though you can see the percentage of fees when you look at the fund, that's not telling you how much it's going to cost you over the long run. Okay, then you're going to have to wait until we're done, buddy. Okay, you can have Daddy open it for you. Okay, you can have Daddy open the office and get you the stapler. Okay.
For me?
So a low expense ratio for a fund is typically 1% or less, and that does
Right.
sound low. But if you type in the ticker symbol, which, is just the little kind of like acronym looking code
Right.
for a mutual fund, you punch that into the FINRA website. They have a fund analyzer tool, and it will tell you, like, you just type in like the amount of money you'd put in it and how long, so 5 or 10 years, and it'll tell you exactly how much that fund is going to cost you in fees. Some of the funds that I had, they were like over $1,000 in fees, and I was like, I thought this was low cost.
Wow.
So if you can look at for some really good cheap index funds, so like an S&P 500 index fund, some of those, like the fees over 5-10 years for a $10,000 balance is like $50. And
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the stock. I mean, I used to follow a little better. I mean, I had a 401k, a small 401k, and I rolled it over when I left my job. But they're not index funds. They're like index funds, but there's a different name for it. I think they're more beneficial than the regular mutual funds. I don't even know you probably know what they're called.
Target funds.
Could be. I forget. There's a term. There's a term like an acronym for them, and they're less fees involved in a typical mutual fund. But that's what I had my money rolled into.
Yeah, and a lot of those options.
But they're index funds. They're just right.
And index funds tend to be cheaper than the mutual funds because most of them are not actively managed, which
right.
is bad, but it just means that they're kind of electronically set up to follow a benchmark. So a benchmark like S&P 500, the Russell 1000, the NASDAQ, or a different sector, such as like the technology sector, healthcare sector. They're electronically set up to follow that, the returns of that sector or that market. So they're kind of automated for you, and that's why there's less fees. And in reality, there's studies done showing that the returns from the low-cost index funds are comparable to the returns on a professionally managed mutual fund.
Okay.
So why would you pay a mutual fund?
Exactly. Pay the higher fees.
Yeah, for the same thing that you can get with a quality index fund. So if you're listening to this and none of it makes sense, send
you a message on Instagram, right?
So number one, if you don't listen to anything this entire year or anything in this chat, open a Roth IRA if you are eligible. It is the best way to save yourself from capital gains tax on investments because tax will eat up so much of your money.
Mm-hmm.
So the Roth IRA, number one thing you should do if you are eligible, please open a Roth.
Invest in yourself.
Yep. Because no one else is, and who knows if Social Security is going to be around, when a lot of people hit that age,
Right, we're the tail end of the baby boomers now getting into their Social Security now.
Yeah.
So it needs to be funded.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was talking about how the Social Security program, when it first started, like around the Great Depression, by Theodore Roosevelt, pretty sure it's Theodore Roosevelt, that when the fund first started, there were 16 people contributing to every one person.
And when I was collecting, right?
And now it's like 4 people contributing to every one person withdrawing. So they're obviously not doing very good with the Social Security program.
Yes.
Definitely not a good safety net or something you should be relying on because who knows what's going to happen to you. We don't know.
So obviously put away for your own retirement, and if Social Security happens to be there, that's a blessing.
That's a bonus, and that will be a blessing for you.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen in the future. And with the Roth IRA, you can contribute up to $6,000 a year if you're under 52, I think. I don't remember the age, but if you're younger, you can contribute more. But anyways, you put your money in it and it can grow tax-free. So when you go to pull it out, you don't have to pay any capital gains on that, which is like
that's great. That's a big advantage.
Yes, the biggest advantage ever. So if you're not eligible for that, you can do some regular mutual funds or index funds just in a brokerage account that's not in that tax class. But anyways, I'll get off my high horse.
Okay, guys. I just want to see if there are any additional questions. If you can put them in the chat. We'll ask Megan. She's gracious enough to give us her time. And I watch a sports show, a live stream, and the host is a former Philadelphia Eagle, a professional linebacker, and he says people's most valuable asset is their time. I couldn't agree more. So I really appreciate Megan giving up her time and sharing her knowledge with me and with you guys. So anyway, guys, once there are any additional questions for Megan, just a reminder, and I did ask you guys in the prior shows, and I put it in my community tab on my YouTube channel. We're going to have Sharon on again next Wednesday, back to the normal time, to 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to discuss shipping. Like I said, I think a lot of us have hesitancy to ship fragile things, and Sharon is an expert in shipping. So we're gonna set Sharon up, and we're gonna have a little video section where she can show us how she does her shipping. So it'll be a great opportunity for you guys, especially if you're hesitant to ship fragile goods. So if you guys can email me or message me in the Facebook group, if you have any questions about shipping or anything in particular, so I can make sure that Sharon addresses it when I have her on. One other thing, again, guys, keep your questions coming if you have any for Megan before she leaves. One other thing, guys, and if you can, like I said, I do this, my goodwill to try to help you guys make money and help myself be more profitable. But there are costs involved, so if you feel feel free if you want to help me out a little bit. I have Buy Me Coffee, which is basically $5 increments. You can basically send me a little thank you, or a PayPal in my description below. So every little bit helps, guys. And there's expenses involved. I've told you guys to buy a new computer, got to buy a monitor, buying software, et cetera, et cetera. So let me see if there are any other questions. Let me see what Sharon put it in the chat. Shipping hard goods. Send Adam your questions, please. Okay. Absolutely. It's predominantly shipping hard goods. We're not getting into shipping clothing, because shipping clothing is relatively easy. You just got to figure out that, basically it's based on weight and distance. So like Megan was saying, padded flat rate envelope, and you got to figure out sometimes it's beneficial to use flat rate boxes in different sizes. But that's something you can learn on your own. But this is more like how you prep it. How you prep things for shipping so you don't have issues. And if you do it properly, you can file an insurance claim and make sure you have insurance on your more expensive items. Let me see if there are any other questions. I don't believe there were. I didn't see any in the chat, guys. And I appreciate you guys all leaving thumbs up. And again, if you haven't left thumbs up, make sure you smash that like button. And like I say in the previous live streams, YouTube has a tendency to unsubscribe people. So make sure you're subscribed. And you click on all notifications. So, guys, I appreciate you all being here. Again, Sharon will be here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you all there again. Thank you for your time. See you next time.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.